What's up, my derps? It's your boy Gregolis. Hey, that's me. And this is my second stream in a week. Here we go. It's we're back at it, trying to be consistent, committed, and once again, we are living in the world that I'm calling Coatunn. If you were here last week, you saw me fumble my way through figuring out A, how to stream again, B, what to talk about, C, imposter syndrome. Um, just just a lot of fun, but we had some good chats. We had some chatters in there. So please remember, you can come and talk to me. We're going to build this together. And yeah, this is just kind of a place for me to put this world that's in my head on to something tangible. What we do with it in the future, really, I have no idea. But I'm just going to allow myself the space to just enjoy myself, go out and have some fun, and mostly force myself to sit down and actually think about this world that I love so much. And please, throughout the episode, come on in, talk to me about, like, ask me questions. The more questions you ask, the more I'm going to know where my deficiencies are, and also the better the world's going to be as we go through and do this. Today, though, the overarching world was called Coatunn. I had explained that in my head, my character and the dwarves in my world, who are kind of considered some of the first people in this world, came from an island place. Let me swap this over. Came from an island that originally had a different name in a different stream on our if you guys were familiar with our Dungeons, Dragons, and Dice stream. There was a character that I played named Griorn Smashstone, and he was from the island of Navigoa, and that was a name that was collaborated on with our DM at the time. And since then, I want to move away from that kind of naming convention in my world. It's a joint Caribbean, indigenous, island style meets kind of Norse Viking mythology, kind of like a little bit of the Tolkien dwarf mythology, those kind of overarching sort of archetypes. And so for me, I wanted to sit back and come up with a name that connected all of those worlds together. And in that, I came up with the idea of called Obrun. Um, the people of the island themselves, the dwarves, are known in this world as sort of the masters of obsidian. They mine the obsidian from the volcano that we'll talk about later. They are their whole import export is based around magic, armor, weapons, etc. They're world renowned for being some of the best obsidian and metal workers. As good dwarves are, they're great blacksmiths, but also there's an element of the religious aspect to this. Their religion is built around obsidian, obsessed about obsidian, their connection to the stone, the uh, the volcano, the earth. It all circles around the obsidian that they are able to mine seemingly endlessly. And so Obrun, obviously, obsidian, rune is connecting their sort of Viking heritage. They speak to the obsidian. Um, so it's an intentional, obvious nod, but I like the way that it came off the tongue. I also wanted something that you could speak easily, read easily. Sometimes one of the frustrating things for me is, like, when you're reading a fantasy novel, the names are so um, like delicate and confusing, and it's you never really know if you're reading a whole book and never know if you've said the main character's name properly. I hate that feeling, so I wanted to do something where it's like pretty obvious. um there is another level to this that we'll discuss later on, but the land is ancient that they're on. This island is ancient. It has a sister island, which actually we should probably consider naming. But the original dwarves in the original tongue would call it Nortuna, and we'll get to the meaning behind that later on. But I guess really the focus being on Obsidian needs to be focused on this volcano. So as you guys can see, I've got the map here that I just quickly outlined. Um, I've got the rivers laid out on it. Everything's flowing as it does natural in our world, from the high ground out to the sea. Um, the island is large, certainly holds hundreds of thousands, if not close to millions of people. Like it's very large. So there'll be a lot that we can do in this island, and I think it's a great jumping point off into the bigger world, especially because of their import export magic. So let me show you here. Let me see what we're doing. I just have my pen here. I'm gonna make a new folder. We'll call this drawings, I think. And in the drawings, I want to just quickly map out. Let's change this color. Oh, you know what? Let's use that. See what that's like. Let's darken that up. Okay. We got 6 point. We'll do 4 point. Okay. Actually, I'll do this as a layout. So really and truly, like the volcano is kind of here-ish, right? It's a big, big volcano. And in the volcano, there is where they originally started mining from had grown into this big fortress, right? So there's a big fortress here. And then from the fortress, you are not that far off into the big city. The big city here is called Port Obsidian because they are very on the nose, these dwarves. And the reason why this is such a massive city like this, whole area here is going to be city, is because it's so easily fortified, right? So you've got a blockage here, another blockage here. It's really hard for enemies to get into. That would be very difficult. So that makes it a very prime location. So I think we'll have big fortress towers guarding each of these, maybe even bridges. There's probably a bridge here for sure, over to the island, and maybe they're both bridged. And then on this side, they have their own fortifications in the city, which would make sense. Well, let me just check something and make sure we're good on the stream here. I haven't even checked in. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Nice. Okay. So, good stuff. So, yes, where was I? Yeah, and then you see here, like, these are all like the nice beaches that would naturally occur on any island or land space. I want this place here to be my cliff, this big cliff island out here. It's just kind of jutting out. We'll give it some kind of name. And I was thinking also all the way along this edge would be cliffs, right? So again, easily fortifiable, easily defended because nobody can land over here, nobody can land in over here. If you're coming in to attack them, you're gonna have to like land on the far side of the island, and I'm gonna assume that there are other little cities and scouts and things all the way along that can get back to back to the city, and people can push back and retreat back into the city. I also let me see here. I also did some sort of elevation mapping. I'm not sure if I like that or not, but the lighter color being the highest elevation. Because I wanted over on. Let me just get the right thing here. I wanted over here to kind of be the lowlands, the flatlands. I want to have, as you can see, all the beaches and stuff in there. I'm thinking more swampy town, more shanty style, more, more like tribal living on that side of the island there. And then as you progress around the mountains, there are little offshoots. Like there'll probably be a nice town here. and maybe another semi-decent town here. But most of all this elevated area is just uninhabited. So this would all be forest over here. Whoops. Forest, 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 forest. Over here, all of this land is pretty much forested. There is some civilization stuff here. And then out into the sister island, really there's just some scouting stuff. It hasn't really been super inhabited, I don't think. Maybe it could. Maybe it could. I have to think about that. I'd be interested to see what you guys think. In terms of like roadways, pathways, it doesn't need to be a ton. Most of the northern side of the island up here is uninhabited. It's very high, hilly, right to the cliff's edge. Yeah, I'm just trying to see where we could just start mapping things out. Maybe we just start from the volcano itself. Let's see here. Now, what the heck does a volcano look like? I don't know. But we're gonna try and figure out what we're gonna do today. A volcano has a hole at the top, right? Then there's like, I don't even know how to like draw this in a style that makes sense. This is a fun song I made, by the way. I don't know how loud that is, if you guys can hear that or not. Yeah, so that's my little volcano. That's not little. You know what? Speaking of which, I don't think I've scaled this right. Let's start again. Because there is a fortress in it, so I probably have to put the fortress. What does a dwarven fortress look like? There's gonna be like a door. I don't like that perspective. I don't like that perspective. Yeah, something like that. And there would be, oh, I suppose I gotta go straight down. That's too high. Oh, I held the button. I like doing portraits. I don't know how to draw buildings and crap. I'm telling you, that perspective is wrong too. If you can imagine, this goes into the mountain, and I want it on this angle so that you can see that it kind of leads out to that it'll lead out to the city, right? So there'll be like a big strong path here. At one point I did draw what this fortress would look like. I just don't remember right now. So we'll call this like a door. And this is kind of like the entrance. Do this again. That looks kind of cool, right? And then we'll extend this down here. So it kind of looks like a... Does that look like a fortress, though? I don't know. And I'm thinking that the fortress, right, like it's the sort of pinnacle of... It's like the combination of everything to them for the people here. Like it's a religious center, where people make pilgrimages to, and it's like sort of the it's fortified, so there would be some representation of the army security there. It's also the home of the in this world, we have skalds. We have religious. The religion here is based on sort of the Viking mythology, so like where they have skalds who write, speak, sing, are poets. It is both a written and a verbal religion and culture. Um, what else? It's tiered, it's organized. So like as an example, my character Griorn Smashstone, he was a um, he was raised uh, quite affluently and was being groomed to become the High Skull. So he was his whole entire life was dedicated to the religion of his people. And as you can see, there's different tiers. So you'd be like a skald, and high skald, and it certainly needs to be talked about and organized in my little spreadsheet. As Shield the Warforged said last time, ooh, spreadsheets. But yeah, this is me just sort of brainstorming that I had that the religion is very important to the people, and it's structured in a way that it's part of everyday life. So, oh, sorry, I just got a text message that I have to respond to. Excuse me, bit of an emergency. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, and this fortress is where it started, but I think we'll have some other temples dotted throughout the land as well. But this is where the high skulls, the high priests would live. Um, Actually, no, maybe they would live in the temple. Because why would they live in a fortress? Interesting. I'm not sure. Yeah, I got to rethink that one. Let me make this like a big tower of some sort. What's dwarfish looking? Like, what would their tower look like? It'd be kind of squared off or something, right? Be like a big square. I also forget that if I hold shift, I can do a straight line. Makes life easier. That's too big. So yeah, this fortress itself is very important to the people as well. So that line's not straight. Dang it. Close enough. Touch that up. This would be like a walkway or something. I'm not sure what that's going to be. But this is just meant to represent that there's some sort of big thing going on here. Maybe we don't have to do the whole thing. Maybe it's built right into the rock. So I wrote this as volcano, but I actually need to change this to fortress. Let's zoom in. Okay. So what I might do is kind of lay these out and then go back and fix them up on another stream. Get the gist. This is built into the wall. I need some like... I need to put some... You know, like in the dwarf fortresses, they always have big dwarves holding axes or something. So if you like little hands here, his little hand here, and the big... Whoops. Such a much... Actually, I'm going to just go all the way down. Then we go... Oh, that's the wrong angle. So you see that's like the hands, there's the axe, you get the gotta do the dwarf helmet. Let me see. Maybe we start with the curve over the nose. It's a big ass head he's got. Well, it's not supposed to be perfect, but you get the idea here. Eyeballs, head shape. Then they got the big beards. Once it starts getting there, then we bring the helmet down. You can't forget the horned helmet, which for me relates a lot to modern Caribbean, where they use Viking style helmets as part of the jab culture. If anybody's interested in looking that up, it's probably one of my favorite styles of soca music. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that, but it's cool stuff. You know what? I should have done this on its own layer, and then I could have copied it over. That's okay. We'll mask it out. So then you see this guy here, and he's hanging out. I don't think I got the proportions right, but it's cool. It's cool. You get the gist. Yeah, that feels dwarfish. Now I gotta figure out how to cut this out and duplicate it without messing up my lines. Could zoom in a lot more. That would probably be easier. But I am lazy. There you go. So you get that over there. Cool. Then we erase this part of it. Looks good. Drop it back into that layer there. This is by no means what it's going to look like, what in my mind, what the place looks like. I'm just trying to jazz it up for the map a bit. So you get a general idea. Oops. You know, the geometry stuff, which of course is so difficult for me. I am not the most articulate or precise. I'm not the most precise person, especially when it comes to drawing, especially if I'm just kind of drawing off the top of my head here. I can go back in after and make it precise, but certainly when I'm just roughing it in, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I don't have a plan. I like to just free flow. Let's make this something like this, maybe. Like an archway of some sort. I don't know. And really and truly, like I don't even have the lines connecting here. Let's go 6 point. And if anybody's logged in right now, you let me know. Talk to me. I gotta make sure I've got the chat working right. Yeah, everything's working. I'm here to chat with you about this as we do it and as we have some fun. Just chatting. And I'll probably be here for another half an hour figuring out what to do with this. It's actually making me realize this is going to take forever. So maybe I'll do some offline work and update you guys as we go, because I am enjoying working on this world. So it doesn't make sense. What the heck's going on here? I don't know. It's kind of cool. Oh, this was not a very good erase. There we go. Get rid of that little dot. I don't like that. Okay, you kind of get that there's some sort of big structure there. Okay, now I'm going to move that here. I'm going to got to figure out the volcano. And I might have to move it around and move things as we go. But the volcano should be like, honestly, it should be like this. All of the height should be the volcano. Would that make sense? I guess. Yeah, it would. Okay, I'm going to turn the rivers off because they're throwing me off. Let me draw the volcano, and then we can rework where the rivers are. This volcano is super important to the people. Now, do all volcanoes have circular tops like that? I don't know. I've never seen a volcano in my life. Hey, have you guys ever seen a volcano? You let me know. I know people who've gone to Hawaii have probably been up on one. I've never seen one other than in pictures. That's way too big. Okay, scale to this. I think it would be like, you got this outer edge. We're gonna have a jagged edge. Okay, I kind of like where that's going. Oh, I don't like that last spot. I like this is the outer edge here. But you're gonna see that that it like heads outwards, right? Like, and maybe my I need to rethink my elevation map too. Do you think on a map you need to have like, is this volcano, is it hot, is it running, is it alive, is it, I mean, it has to be the, I think part of the way I see it in my brain is one of the challenges is they're constantly digging into it, and it's sort of like the mines of Moria. Like, what are they going to get into, and have they already gotten into stuff? Part of me had written a story. I had written a story a while ago that kind of indicated, yeah, that they have a whole army force in here that is inside the mines, stemming off whatever they've gotten into. Like, they're into the Underdark, or they're into the they've awoken many of the beasts, and so they're in constant war inside here with the deep, dark, crawly, creepy crawlies. You know what I mean? Like the big old bads that are down there. And part of the manhood test is to go down and is to go down into deep into the mines on your own, and they test your skills and your, I mean, I hate to say it sounds kind of toxic, but like your manhood. Yeah, I think it's a fun idea. I don't know if it'll execute well. I think it's cool though that it gives, like, this actual volcano is still very much alive and still very much part of the day-to-day culture of the people on this island. It is quite literally the heartbeat of this land. And originally, when I was scoping this out in my head, I was thinking more from a DM perspective, like, how do I write a story into this? How do we make this work and live in this world? And I think that's a great place to start. Like, that's a fantastic way to begin. I don't like this. To begin the world and then expand from outside that. I don't like this inner edge here. I think I'm just going to redo the whole thing. Got it. Okay, so now, like, the upper should probably follow this ledge. And then the bottom can follow its own course. That looks better, doesn't it? And now we can just tidy this up, tidy this up. I like this little peak coming out here. That's what I'll probably go back to and like just play with line width, line height, or whatever. Yeah, but I don't know about you guys. I really have always wanted to marry. Like, I love Viking and Norse mythology. I like the energy of it. I like the modernization of it, the way it looks on screen now, mixed in with the old and the traditional and what we know. But I also very much think an untapped world is sort of the Caribbean side of things, which I have been personally actively involved in culturally for 20 plus years. Oops, not on here. And I think, as far as I know, nobody's really tied those two things together. And I think there's a rich tapestry of knowledge, of perspectives, of just unique experiences that could make this just so cool. I mean, it makes it cool to me, so that's all I really care about it. As long as it's cool to me, and I hope that it gets cooler and better and stronger as we go. Like I said, I didn't want to think too much as I started this. I wanted to come in here and just fumble my way through and experience it as it happens and grow together with you guys. I think that's going to be important as I go here, because this is so counterintuitive to the way I approach most things. Like, I'm personally internally struggling with it not feeling professional, with it not feeling as good as it could be, feeling that whole imposter syndrome, feeling like I'm unprepared. And that's a genuine struggle for me. But I'm trying to work my way through that and then just enjoy the process. What do they say? Trust the process, right? So I am trying to. I don't even know what like art style I'm doing here. It's crazy to me. Everything about this is crazy. So this is the big volcano. And this is the fortress into the volcano, right? So maybe we go like this. No, that was the wrong perspective, and the brush is too big. 6 point, that's what I want. Clear that up. So you kind of get the feel that this volcano's out here. Kind of looks like a person's crotch. We put like a wiener or something there. All that I'm expressing my deepest earnest concerns, and then penises. That feels legit. That's why it's called the Derpwood, folks. Because we're allowed to be derpy. And sometimes I question how many lines are too many lines. Like, is that necessary? Is this little markup here necessary? Do we need to do all that? I don't know. I need a bigger brush here. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna make another layer, and maybe we'll do some smoke coming out. What do you think? Then that way we know it's an active volcano. What does smoke coming out of a volcano look like? Something like that. Then do I have to like black out the other side here or what? Or do I have to blank out this? Let's see here. The one thing I like about Photoshop is you can get really smart with it. And I could just mask this out and then not lose all that line work. Now, don't panic. Ah! There we go. We just invert that, and then you can see. Is that good enough smoke or no? I don't know. This gets it's a little less billowy and a little more smooth at the top. I don't know. You know what I should do? I should probably like pull up some ancient maps and see how they used to draw them or something. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. Doesn't need any more. Do we like this top? I don't think I like this top. Get out of here. Well, that's cool with the... I like that little line right there. Too much girls. Maybe I should have been using like a scratchy brush. I don't know. Oh, that mood changed quick. By the way, guys, if you are enjoying this music, this is all music I made myself. The majority of it is on YouTube, YouTube at the Derpwood, and it is copyright-free music that you can use for your own streams. I saw a need for myself, and so I went and did a thing. I don't know about these ones down here. Let me clear that out. No, I don't like that. What am I gonna do here? Just checking on the stream feed there. Should it go this way? Da, 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 da. I don't know. I think I'm going to start again. I'll keep that file. But, oh. But I think we'll start. Something's faster and smoother. No, I don't like that. Something simple. Extra lines in here. No, I don't like that one. Maybe that one's okay. Maybe tie that right back in there. I don't like the angle of it. I'm gonna have to match it exactly, and I hate having to do that. That's close. Thicken that side, thicken this side here. No, it looks like wobbly. All right, I think I need a little perspective here. Let me... Ah! That line was so good. Okay, and then if I do that, I gotta thicken this one too. How's that look? Let's get some perspective there. It's getting there. I don't mind the bigger lines. It kind of matches the volcano. But I gotta clean that up because look at that last line, like left a dirty stain mark there. We're connected. Oh, so close. Yeah, there we go. Also, if anybody's watching this, I have started doing social media content a little bit more, trying to be consistent with that. I actually need to go and do another recording session. But you can follow me at Gregolas Designs, GREGOLASDESIGNS. Sorry, I got distracted there. Okay, so that, I just put that whole thing on the wrong layer here. I hate when I do that. Back to volcano. It's, oh, I see what's going to happen here. I need to fix the mask that I have on here so it connects. Okay, now in the volcano, that should all be black, I think. Let's fill this in. It's funny, you know, I actually really like drawing, but hate the coloring part of things. When I was a kid, I used to love doing comics and doing the inking, but hated the coloring. And now as an adult, same. Still the same. So I kind of like I like that concept here. Roughing it up a bit. Maybe like that. So yeah, this is coming along. For those just catching up, this is my map of Obrun in the world of Coatunn. I am starting here as a place for the world that I have in my head. Just trying to have some fun with it. I really don't like these lines here. I'm going to start that again. Yeah. It's a Caribbean, indigenous, Norse fantasy style world. Yeah, so also on this island there's like they're sailors, they're sailing people, they're traders, they're world renowned, and so a lot of the culture there is you've got like a lot of pseudo pirate culture, because I don't think of dwarves as pirates themselves, but you get a lot of that braggadocious flavor, you know. Wonder if this looks good like this. That's interesting. I think I gotta start kind of doing more lines in here to give it that kind of cross-hatched flavor. I think it gives it a nice mappy look. Missed that one. Whiffed it. That's something I do a lot. I don't know if anybody caught that, but I accidentally dropped a dot in the middle of the thing as I was moving my little pencil here. Oh, this is one of our favorites from our other show, the Dungeons, Dragons, and Dice show. I miss that show a lot. I think I'm gonna curve that out a little bit more. Yeah, kind of like that. I also was I've also been toying. Oh no, I like that. Let's get rid of this. I was toying with the idea of doing some more streaming and just playing some video games and stuff. I don't know if anybody's interested, but I've been enjoying Fallout 76 a lot. I've put a lot of hours into it, and I thought, why not bring that to the stream? See if people are interested. I do a lot of gaming. I enjoy it. It's my release. I don't know that I enjoy talking so much, so maybe. But if I do like an hour a week on video game, if people would be interested in that, let me know. Something to do. And, you know, time willing, time permitting. There, that's starting to look pretty good, isn't it? I kind of want to do some more into the smoke now. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. We're figuring it out as we go. I feel like Bob Ross. Happy little accidents. Let me see what that looks like. I don't mind it. Huh, speaking of Dungeons, Dragons, and Dice, this was one of our theme songs I made. That looks pretty cool, I think. Maybe a little disproportionately weighted here. Need a little darkness. What's the line? You were born in the dark. Yeah, that looks more like stony. Like there's some stony structure here. Something like that. I don't mind that. How are we feeling about that? Are we liking that? That's not bad. There's a lot going on in that little spot over there that I don't like. Let's clear that out. Why? What the heck? I'm on the wrong layer. I think I just put a bunch of volcano lines on the smoke layer. Whoopsies. Yes, I did. That's okay. I'm going to get rid of the other smoke layer that didn't make the cut. You know what? I think I need to add like sort of mountains coming down this way, cliffs and things, which leads me to, excuse me, to believe I got to cut out a bunch of this stuff. I'm going to cut this whole section out. Whoops. I hate when I do that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey, yeah, do that. And I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. The smoke one had it. Hold on a second. Okay, I gotta do something here. I gotta X that, paste it in place. Oh, I think I pressed the wrong one. There we go. No, 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 no. Preserve the mask. Now it's in. Now we do this. Mask this out. Excuse me. Thank you. There we go. Fixed it. Mountain. Because what is a volcano without mountains around it? Now, how would you represent a chain of mountains? Like, mountains all the way down. This massive volcano. Like, I mean, that's essentially that's the idea. That's not bad. I just have to. Maybe I'll just use that as a template. New layer. Oh, did I just scratch on something? 50%. So you get the notion, the motion of the notion. Let's see here. I think. Wonder if I have a better brush for this. That's an interesting one. Let me see what that does. Well, first of all, why are you not? Oh, okay. It does it on opacity. I mean, on pressure, the opacity. Ooh, I don't like it. I'm going to end up using the brush I like. Hold on. I can't see this. So I like the tails on that. Let me try this one just to see. Oh, it's very large. But this might just be right. I kind of feel like I should have been doing this from the beginning. It's like a calligraphy brush. Oh no! Well, too late. We've already decided the look and feel of this, and so I will go back to my brush I was using and make it work. Why are you so slow? There we go. Down to 6 point. Here we go. Mountains are like sharp at the top, or what? What do mountains look like? I don't think they're very sharp at the top. I think we can get. I think we just kind of plateau this stuff together. I'm going to have to work out how those function. We'll just kind of layer them in here, right? Like, I think the picture behind's kind of throwing me off. That's good. 5. I'm in the wrong one. Dang it. We just kind of layer them like this or what? How do mountains work? Well, I don't know, Timmy. How do mountains work? Oh, boy. I don't think we're going to get very far with these mountains. I got about 5 minutes left. Maybe it's like in the shading of them will be good. You know, like you start going like this and you start getting all these extra lines. Does it look mountainous? Get rid of that one. I don't even know. Does that look like a mountain or does that look terrible? Let me just quickly draw this out. I'm on the wrong color. There we go on the map. I masked this out. Why is it not masking? Why is it not masking? Oh, don't tell me it's also in the wrong damn thing. Here we go again. X. Paste in place. Drop it down and preserve the mask. There we go. Hi, Starlight. Oh, that's crazy. That was good timing. I think you're the first one to come and talk to me today. I'm just quietly over here trying to figure out how mountains work. I'm not very happy with that, but I will figure it out. That's kind of what we're here for. Figuring things out as we go. Oops. I am making art. Yes, I am currently making a map of my little world. This is an island called Obrun in my world called Coatunn. Some finished art of my own. Yeah, sure. Let me see if I can pull that up. Give me a second here. Oh, I don't know where I have stuff. No, I'm on the wrong hard drive here. I'll find you a picture of the character that started the idea of this world, who I've written tons of short stories about and used to perform with. Let me see. In an actual play. Assets, characters. No, I'm in the wrong spot. I really got to search for this stuff. Let me check in here. Ah, here we go. Can you see that on the stream very well? Let me see. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so this is my character. His name's Griorn Smashstone. He is a dwarf from this island of Obrun, and they're obsessed with Obsidian, and it's connected to their religion. He was a barbarian. Thank you very much. You have a fun D&D story that has to do with an AI bro, if it's okay for me to share. Sure. And I was just about getting ready to pack it in here, so I'll do a little bit more mountains while we're talking. I decided to leave a D&D campaign as the DM asked for art to be made for the campaign. A friend made free for me for the campaign, and the DM ran it through AI. It gets better. After I tell them I'm uncomfortable about it, and good luck, no hard feelings, they call my 12 childish. Call you 12 and say my character looks like a blue thumb. Their skin color is blue. They're meant to be blue. Oh, that's rough. So, okay, so hold on a second. So you were in a campaign. Let me see if I can revisit this, or I can re-articulate that. You went into a campaign. You had AI art done for your character. They called you out for having AI art, and then they said you were 12 and childish and kicked you out of the group. No, I've got it wrong. Your friend made the art. Oh, so that was right. So the art was not AI, but they said it was AI and said that they didn't feel comfortable with that. That's crazy. Was this for just an at-home play thing, or was this for an online thing? Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. So, well, then why wasn't the person running it creating the art themselves, or commissioning the art to be done by somebody? Wouldn't that have made sense? Oh boy, that's a big. I think I need a bigger one here. Let's see what you got. You said I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. That's not fair. Sounds like a setup. You're probably better off anyway. That seems unfair. I don't have a huge problem with AI, if I'm honest with you. I think it's a tool to be used in certain situations. I think it's, you got to pay artists as well. I'm an artist myself, so I think there are advantages and disadvantages, and it's people are going to figure that out as they go. I'm not really into the political side of all that. See me looking at my screen all funny. Hey, Aloris Maragi. Tell me how to pronounce that one. That's good. And back to Starlight Roseheart said, but like they asked if I liked the art better after running it through AI. Oh, I see. So when they took your art, ran it through AI to enhance it in their mind. That sucks. That's kind of rude to the artist too. I get it now. If it's an online thing, I can also understand that there's like an aesthetic. Certainly for things that I run, I like to, design is in my name. I like to design things myself and figure out, keep a cohesive aesthetic. It's pixel art too. They didn't like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be a problem if no one else's art is pixel art. I am just trying to figure out how to draw mountains on a map for anybody that's getting here checking this out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm faking it till I make it. I don't like a couple of those last ones. I don't like the way it's ending. I think maybe it's got to start up here and come down. What was that? Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Starlight. I appreciate that. I heard the noise, but I don't think I had alerts on. Did anything jump up on screen? And Starlight says, but how have you been? I have been great. Thank you, Starlight. I am just, like I said, trying to figure this out and figure out my little world here. You guys have stumbled into me stumbling through just trying to put ideas down on paper and enjoy myself and figure out what I'm doing as I go along. This is I have major imposter syndrome. I have these grand ideas for this world, but I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm trying to teach myself to enjoy the process, because I really like to do much more professional things. I don't like people to see me messing up or stumbling through stuff. So I like to be much more coordinated and planned out. But in this case, for me, this is just a personal project, a personal process. And I think I'm enjoying that so far. I appreciate that you guys have shown up and you're hanging with me and talking with me. That helps for sure. I think I went too high with that mountain there. Even this, I'm trying to figure out. I don't know how the heck to do all this stuff. Well, that's pretty cool looking. And I've got this layered out. I'm just working in Photoshop. I'm going to hide some of this here. Okay, and then back to my mounds. I don't like the way this is coming down. Oh, I've got the wrong one. If you guys are enjoying the music, or if actually, I don't even know if the levels are any good. Let me know if it's working. But if you are enjoying it, this is free music I also make. It's up on our YouTube. YouTube/@thederpwood. It's free copyright music you guys can use for your own streams and other things. Oh, now I'm getting carried away. I'm looking at other stuff. I like drawing portraits mostly. So this is kind of a new thing for me. I've never been a landscape guy, and certainly never done a map before, so that's new. Whoops. That's kind of cool looking, I think. Oh, Foos! How's it going? It has been so long. I haven't streamed in forever. Everybody in the chat, you got to go and follow Fusca. She and her team of awesome people do an incredible amount of streaming, incredible amount of charity work, and also just are incredible people all the way around. Check her out. Also, check out her Discord. And it has been so long. Yes, like 4 years. I was just saying, this is kind of odd for me. I'm coming into this in a very unprofessional way, which makes me nervous. No way, you guys are too kind. You guys, every time I show up, you shout me out. That's the least I could do. Yeah, I'm just working on this map here of a little world that's in my head. I don't know if you remember my character from years back, but that character inspired a lot of offline stuff that I created, and now I'm going to try and put that out to the world and kind of grow as I'm going, and figure it out along the way. Yeah, the dwarf. Actually, we just had a picture of him open. Let me see if I can find that again. Mr. Griorn Smashstone. That's him there. I recently drew that again. I haven't drawn in many years as well. Not perfect, but it's cool. I like him. I think he's pretty fun. So yeah, I am talking about the world. The world itself is called Coatunn. This is the map of Obrun, the island that Griorn is from. Oh, come on. no, you're incredible, but thank you. Fusca in the chat says she remembers him, and that my art is incredible, and that's too kind. Too kind. Yeah, so that's so funny because I was really gonna get off at 1 here, but you guys have shown up and inspired me to go on for a little longer. So I'll probably take this for another 20 minutes. But then I do have to get back to dad life. And I hope that we can get you guys here every Wednesday. I'm gonna keep this up at about noon to 1, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, that's Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. So now I'm doing mountains. And this is the volcano. Actually, I don't even think I named this for the people. This is it's called Citafel. And it is the volcano where they mine the obsidian that drives their culture, drives their economy, drives their import-export. They are, in this world, the best obsidian magic armor weapons makers, and they're known around the world. So Fu says, I love that. I look forward to catching your other streams too. I got to run to a meeting, sadly, but wanted to say hi. Thank you, Foos. Thank you. I appreciate you, and I miss you guys. I'm going to get out more as well. Now that I'm streaming, I will be back around on Twitch, so I will send the love back that way as well. I appreciate you. Oh, you know what? I keep doing things in the wrong layer. That's okay. I think I'll probably mesh these layers together soon. So I want mountains. I don't know if I went like this. More mountains down the... Then we went put another one like right here. That's too deep. What did I do with that? Yeah, I see where that's going. I don't know. Trying to get that. Thank you, Foos, for the lurk. This is too messy in here, I think. I see. I want to move this up. What the heck? What the heck? Why did it do that? Sometimes I struggle with the lasso tool. There we go. Move it up here. Maybe up there, and then it kind of represents like there are mountains behind. Don't mind that. I'm just gonna clear this out. A little bit there. I'm gonna redraw that. Actually, I don't even need to redraw that, do I? You know what? I'm deleting the whole thing. Let's redraw. I like the idea of there being some mountains back here. And some mountains back here. So you see. And these ones kind of flow outwards a little bit more. So you see that they're getting like smaller. Oops. I don't know that I like this side. Oh. Oh, I didn't realize that I was in that layer there. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. I think. I want to end this side of the volcano here. It needs like it needs a proper ending, so it's not just floating. Does that look okay? I think that looks okay. Now, that side's very dark, so this side needs to darken up. We'll thicken that line a bit. That looks kind of cool. And you zoom out, it's starting to look pretty cool there, I think. Get a good idea of what's going on. You get an idea that this is the fortress sort of in here. I don't know that it looks like it's connected. Alara says, I am an aspiring novel writer. That's so cool. I love that. Have you got anything out yet, or where are you at in that process? And what kind of novels are you thinking of writing? I think I want to work on the fortress a bit here. I've got the wrong color. Now, how do we make this look like it's like actually going into the mountain? That is the question. Also, am I the only artist that does this? I'm constantly like changing the way I'm looking at things. Looks like I'm in some sort of like VR video game or something. That's kind of cool like that. Oh no, well, maybe, am I in the right file here? I am, yay. I can clean it up. Clean this line up. Oh, I can't clean that one up, I don't think. Can clean that. That looks good. Kind of looks like it's built into the mountain. It's hard to tell. Also, I don't like this line in here. And I could go in and make that tighter. That's not bad. Now, since the style on the other ones is I got all these extra kind of lines, maybe I'll do that here. Just nice little lines that describe things. I don't think that worked. This music got really quiet. Should I fill this in here? Probably. I'll do it line by line so it looks kind of cool. I've done the highlight on the wrong side though. I'm getting hungry. That looks cool, doesn't it? I don't know. Let me look at it from far off. See if it even matters. It looks messy. And when in doubt, fill it in. Whoops. That looks better. It's kind of cool, kind of fun. I think we go back to mountains, and I gotta make this mountain on this side come up a little bit more. Balance the look and feel of it. I like that. That's pretty cool. Got this playing into it. That's too dark in here. Okay, then I gotta go to volcano and mask that out. Okay, let me check if this is mountains or not. Yeah, it is. I'm not liking this so much. Too much darkness. Smooth that out a bit. Maybe it's cut it off. What do we think? All right, I think I'll just finish up these little bits of mountains here briefly, and then we will call that a day. I will be back next week to continue this with more mountains. We'll talk more about the. I'll show you originally when I started, I was trying to map out here. So, no, this is too messy. But over in this area here is the main city, and it kind of ropes around. And that'll be the port town, Port Obsidian. I'm going to have to bring the mountains down here. This is sort of a height map that I put underneath to kind of describe the area. I don't know if it's necessary or not, but we'll see. So far, there's been a ton of fun. I thank everybody who showed up today. This has been a blast. I better delete these before I forget. Save it. Yeah, I think that's a great spot to end it. I appreciate all you. We ran a little longer today, and that just fills my heart with joy. It just means that people were enjoying it, talking to me. Keep it up. We're going to do this together. And yeah, like I said, I'll be back next week to continue working on the map of Obrun from the High Songs of Coatunn. And if you haven't hit us up on the Discord, the link should be on our About Us page. And we keep talking about your novels. We keep talking about your art. There's lots of music stuff that goes on there. Yeah. So join us. It's a nice little community of really supportive cheerleader type people. All right. Thanks, y'all. And I will be back next week. Have a great day.